Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am Caspian and I read a lot of books. And yeah, today is it's time to look at my TBR for April. And I am on the fence, or have been on the fence, about what to do, because I want to do my TBR game. But I'm also planning like this long Easter readathon and making a vlog out of it, where I want to use my TBR game throughout that weekend. And do I really want to do both? And I think I do, but I think I'm going to I think I'm gonna maybe do it in two different ways. We'll see. You will see in that vlog what happens during Easter. But I think for now this video is gonna be my usual video for a TBR game. So I'm gonna start off this video, or continue this video, by bringing out the books that I have read for March, or that my TBR set up for March, my TBR game. And I'm just gonna tell you which I read and what happened throughout those books, and no reviews or anything. I've been quite good at reading updates for March, so I think you already know what I want to say about the books. And then after that we will play the game per usual, but I might do one less roll. And I just want to say that I'm sorry if there's background noise, because I have a window open. Okay, so this is 5 out of 7 books, and I will put like the ones I don't have up here somewhere or something when I talk about them. So this is my stack, and this was the first roll. Quicksilver for a book with gods and goddesses, or a spiritual element, or set in the air. I am currently reading it. I saved it for last this month because it's so hefty and I wanted to make sure I had time for it. And also it belongs to my closest library, so I can just pop over. And yeah, okay, so I'm in the middle of that one, so I haven't finished that. And then I got a passion pick, which is just something I really wanted to read. And I chose Brigands and Bread Knives by Travis Baldry. I have read that one. Took my time with it. Took like a week to read and annotate that one. And then Echoes of Things to Come, I can put here, by James Islington, the second book in the Lycanius trilogy. Read that one. Then this book, The Road to Sugar Maple Inn, was a book by a book with at least 3 colors on the cover, because I didn't have a book about an LGBTQ plus author, or by an LGBTQ plus author at home that I needed to read. So I did read that one. And then for a romance, or a book with a romantic element, I chose the last book in the Bridgerton series. And I read that one, annotated and read that one. And then for a standalone, it was a prompt from my Sunpick jar. I chose We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver, and we have that one here. Read that one. Horrible horror. And then the last book was from my TBR jar, which was this one, The Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna, and I DNF'd that one. So I tried it and DNF'd it. So whew, that's a lot of books. And I didn't really understand how many books and how big the stack was gonna be. I think the page count is like twice what I anticipated having time for in March. But this gives me hope for April. It really does. So I didn't. No, I will win my game, or whatever you want to call it. Because this stack also, you know, I had an extra roll because I didn't finish the TBR from February, but this time I will, because I am almost halfway through Quicksilver and I am enjoying it, and I will finish in time. It's the 26th of March when I'm recording this, or starting to record this, and then I will have finished it by the end of the month and returned it to the library. I plan on returning it to the library when I go pick up maybe some more books, depending on the prompts I get today, and also depending on maybe the prompts I get when I start my game, if I play my game in the way I want to for Easter. So that's how that went. And yeah, if you want to know more about those books, just look at my reading updates, and let's play the game, shall we? Oh, and also I have all of these 4 was from my own TBR. This I'm keeping Brigands and Bread Knives, I'm keeping Bridgerton, but I'm letting go of these 2 because this one was alright, but it wasn't worth holding on to. And then this one I DNF'd, so I'm gonna unhold those and give them to my local charity shop. I'm putting my elephant there, and I'm gonna do 4 rolls this month. I'm gonna give myself some room for Easter reading, and I'm also thinking that I can use the books from this game then as well. I won't I won't keep these books outside on my Easter reading, just saying. So I have my little fella here. I have 3 books that are priority reads. Those are what I have home from the library. Here are my Sunpick jar with prompts for either my own shelves or my library. So I'm on Zoelo, the 15th space, not including buckets. And let's see what the first roll gives me. 2. 1, 2. Berkana. This is the rune of Berkana. So let's see what Berkana says. It is the 17th rune on the board. The rune of the element of earth is also the rune for the Earth Mother. So read a book by a female author, a non-binary author, or a trans femme author. You can also pick a book recommended to you by your mother or someone that holds you and is dear to you, like a mother or mother figure, regardless of gender. Okay. Okay, so I chose this by a female author. This is This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi, which I think is... I don't remember where she's from, unfortunately, but female author. So this is the first book in a series, I think. And so it says like this: to all the world, Alice is a disposable servant, never to be known for who she really is, the long-lost heir to an ancient Jinn kingdom. She is hunted always, forced to hide in plain sight, lest she expose herself to danger, until one day she makes a mistake. The Crown Prince, Cameron, has heard the prophecies. He knows of the fearsome monster promised to kill his king. Darkness is fast descending upon his empire, driving Cameron to desperately seek out its source. But as he grows ever more suspicious of the servant girl with the strange eyes, the more he learns about her, and the harder it is to turn away, even if falling for someone like Alice means forfeiting everything he's ever known. This woven kingdom is a story of clashing empires, forbidden romance, and a long-forgotten queen who must claw her way through darkness to reclaim her throne, rebuild her kingdom, and save her people from the half-lives they've been forced to live. So this is a book that I have had on my TBR for a while. I've had it home for like 2 months from the library. I just extended my loan for April as well, for this, because this is a part of a book club. So I would really like to get to this in the beginning of April, because the book club on Fable, I think, reads this until like April 12th or something like that. So yeah, let's see what the second roll gives us, or me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Othala. The 22nd rune. The rune of traditions wants you to journey backwards through time and pick a book with a historical element or historical fiction. Okay, that's easy. I think I got this like 2 times in February, if I don't misremember. My bookshelves, my own bookshelves, are getting a bit thin with historical fiction or historical novels overall, but I found this one. So this is The Murder in the Eiffel Tower by Claude Isner, the first Victor Legris mystery. So this is a murder mystery set in Paris of 1889, when the Exotic World exhibition have the city simmer of life, and everyone's eyes is turned towards the new sparkling Eiffel Tower. So right there, in the mass of people on the first floor, a woman falls and dies. Like, I think she collapses and dies. I think that's the wording here. The police suspects that she's had a fatal bee sting, but the young bookkeeper, Victor Legris, suspects that the death has a darker truth. And then he goes on to investigate this, and there are at least 3 books with him that I know of. I have the first and the third, and if I like this, I'm gonna look for the second at the second-hand bookshop. If I don't like this, or if I'm like, I like it but I don't want to hold on to it, then I'm going to borrow the second one at the library. So we'll see if I like this, but it's about 260 pages. That's quite nice. So let's see what the third roll gives me. 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I finished. I don't think the empty rune. You have made it to the end. This is the rune for fate or destiny. It contains all and nothing at the same time. This space gives you a free pick if you land here. Wonderful, a free pick. So for a free pick, this is what I got. This is a book I think was recommended by Noah from the Bookworm. I think so. And I put myself on the waiting list at the library, and now I got it. So it's perfect for a free pick, because I don't really remember what it's about, except for like it's an old band getting back together. So it sounds like this. Glory never gets old. Clay Cooper and his band were once the best of the best, the most feared and renowned crew of mercenaries this side of the Heartwild. Their glory days are long past. The Mercs have grown apart and grown old, fat, drunk, or a combination of the 3. Then an ex-bandmate turns up at Clay's door with a plea for help, the kind of mission that only the very brave and the very stupid will sign up for. It's time to get the band back together. And I look forward to this, and when I went to pick it up at the library, the librarian was like, "Oh, this is really good, and there's a second part too." And I was like, great, I have a bus to catch, but I will let you know what I think. And yeah, so that's kind of fun. So I'm looking forward to this one, and this is a bit hefty. I think it's yeah, it's 500 pages. Oh no, it's only 492. I thought that if I played this game during my Easter, you know, my Easter vlog, I could have put this on bigger than 500 pages, like for, you know, as an example of books, but I can't because it's just 492. But anyway, so this is gonna be a free pick of mine this month because I really look forward to reading it, and I think there's a queue on it, so I have to read it in April. Okay, so let's see what the fourth and final roll of this month's game gives me for my April TBR. So this is just a starting point, so I'm going to go to this one. It's not common to end up on the first space of the board at all. This is the rune of Urus. It's about gathering energy for the time to come. So let's start with a free pick. So I got a free pick there and a free pick here. I'm enjoying this. Maybe I should, no, I shouldn't. I should take the wins or like the graces when I get them. I should not push my luck. Okay, so another free pick. And this is what I came home with from the library a few days back. I just found it in the feel good section. I can't believe it actually has some dragons on the edge. And this is a gamble. This is a gamble, people, because I am so intrigued by this, and I hope it's like a cute, cozy fantasy vibe to it, but I have no idea. And I've only heard people disliking it. Like they have been intrigued and just look forward to it, and then they've been like so it's a gamble. We'll see what I think, because you know, sometimes or often I have the opposite reaction to books than even my favorite booktubers that usually have the same taste as me. So yeah, it's a gamble, but it's a cute gamble, and you know, I'm not afraid to DNF books. So this is Baby Dragon Cafe by A.T. Qureshi. A.T. Qureshi. I think she was from somewhere in the Sawalands, South Africa, West Asia, and but lives in New York. So this is in Swedish, actually. I found the translation. That's nice. That's nice. So this is about Saphira. She's opening her cafe for dragon babies and their owners. And she didn't expect it to be so complicated. It turns out that small dragons are harder to deal with than she thought, and to replace all the burnt furniture costs Saphira more money than she gets in by selling dragon roasted coffee. Her dream is literally going up in flames. In steps Aiden. He's a gardener, heartbreaker, and more interested in his plants than taking care of his disobedient dragon baby. He comes with a suggestion. He will pay good money for Saphira to raise his dragon, or train, depending on which word you use. They realized that they could be each other's solution to their problems, and at the same time they couldn't be more different. Could they find a way to get along, and maybe even more? So, yeah. A gamble, but a cute gamble. So that means I will start here for my next TBR game. Yeah. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start here in May, but if and when I play this again for Easter, I'm gonna just start from the beginning, I think. I might even not do it like this, so we'll see. But yeah, so those are the 4 rolls for this month, and I will I will get back to myself for an outro. So those are my 4 books for April. I'm being nice to myself because I do have some book clubs that have chosen books. I don't have book clubs, but I'm a member of like 2 or 3 book clubs on Fable that have chosen books that I voted for and that I have access to that I can go borrow at the library. So I'm gonna do that in a couple of days and see if I can fit those in April, or and if maybe I can fit them in during my Easter vlog. So we'll see about that. So I'm being quite nice to myself, and I think I'm gonna save this for later in April if I don't fit it in my Easter vlog. So because this is a bit bigger, and since it's just under 500 pages, because there's a spot on the board that I might end up on during Easter that is a brick, and that is a book over 500 pages. And I had hopes for this one. But I don't usually count like acknowledgements and notes from the author and that sort of thing. If I do that, it might just be 500, but it's not above. So anyway, so this Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi, for a book by a female author, and The Murder in the Eiffel Tower by Claude Isner, for a book with a historical element because it's set in the 1889. And then a free pick, Kings of the Wild, yes, by, I forgot to say that, Nicholas Ames. Nicholas Ames. And then another free pick, Baby Dragon Cafe by A.T. Qureshi. A lot of names that I have a hard time remembering and pronouncing this month. But yeah, wish me luck. So I will see you in my next video, which will probably be a reading update before the vlog comes. See you then. Xingling.